Congressman Grayson, welcome.
Thanks, Tom. We're in the midst of votes. That's why I was a couple minutes late.
No, I understand.
I voted no.
No problem.
I often vote no.
Okay. Treachery.com is the website. We just played your entire video, both on radio and television, and, getting just rave reviews. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Tell us about the Buffett plan. I was unfamiliar with this, frankly.
The Buffett plan very simply says that we anticipate the amount of imports that we're willing to accept or tolerate in the following year based upon our projected exports, and we have people bid for the right for access to our market. The high bidder wins. They pay for the import certificates that they would need to go ahead and do those exports to us, those imports to us. And the result of that is that we limit our imports to an amount that we regard as acceptable, not necessarily exactly the same as our exports, but an amount that doesn't keep us on the road to national bankruptcy. We raise some money in the process. We can use that money that people pay to get those certificates for access to our market. We use that to pay for Social Security, for Medicare, for infrastructure improvements, and for tax cuts.
Why not just go back to, I'm not opposed to that. It sounds brilliant. But why not just go back to tariffs?
Well, in essence, what you're doing is you're coming up with a fair tariff system. The problem with the old tariff system was that it was deeply corrupted, and special interests get special breaks on tariffs. Also, at this point, multinational corporations are so powerful that if you set up a tariff system for individual items, then it would be their plaything. They would always be looking for special breaks.
Right.
This is a much cleaner system. This is a system that says we will allow a certain amount of access to our marketplace. We have the largest marketplace in the world. If you want to participate in that, you have to pay for the privilege. We're not going to continue to be exploited.
Yeah. And do I have this right that, basically the countries that run trade surpluses like China and Japan and Germany, they take the money that's left over from that trade surplus and they use it to buy assets in the countries like the United States that have been running trade deficits for the last couple of decades, which is why, as you point out in your video over at TreacheryCom, 1/7 of all the assets in the United States, which is a head-exploding number, are owned by people outside or companies outside the United States.
That's right, and it's wonderful for the 1%. The 1% loves that because it's a question of supply and demand. All of a sudden, there's a whole new demand, a foreign demand, for assets, driving up the price of those assets and making the 1% that much richer, but not creating any jobs in the United States whatsoever, and instead making us, collectively as a nation, poorer and poorer, deeper and deeper into debt, closer to debt slavery.
That's really solid. In fact, there's a piece in today's Financial Times about how I believe it was I'm quite sure it was about how the Chinese are making so much money, the Chinese billionaires and the upper middle class in China, that they are buying high-end residential properties in the United States, and that is driving up the price of high-end. It's creating basically a bubble in our real estate market, particularly in the high end, which is a scary thing, it seems.
Yes, you should see what real estate prices look like in Miami Beach right now.
And that's because
the
foreigners
highest of the high end, right?
And that's because foreigners are coming in
on the 60th floor. There's the high end in Miami Beach.
Yeah, there you go.
Facing the Atlantic Ocean.
Who are the allies you have on this? Where is this going? You said you were going to introduce legislation.
Yeah, the effort among the Democrats now on trade is led by Rosa DeLauro. She's a congresswoman from Connecticut. Lloyd Doggett from Texas is a notable standout. He's been very outspoken against more trade treachery, and he's been demanding real answers from the Obama administration, pushing very hard to see that the information gets disclosed. Over in the Senate, Sherrod Brown has been dogged about this for a decade or more.
Yep.
He represents Ohio, which is a state very, very hard hit by this trade treachery. And our new ally, Elizabeth Warren, who has been very outspoken about this and is asking all the right questions and offering many of the right answers.
I'm assuming Senator Sanders is on board?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. It's good stuff. It's just great stuff. And Congressman Alan Grayson, you are absolutely such a gift to this country. You are. I'm going to.
Thank you, Tom. We'll keep people informed if they sign up at TreacheryCom. We'll make an effort to not just keep people informed, but enlist your help.
Yeah.
We have to do what's called blowing up the phones here in the Capitol. If every member of Congress gets a few thousand calls on this in the next couple of weeks, then we can turn this around.
Right.
Right now, the Chamber of Commerce and the multinational corporations have everybody in the Republican Party lined up, and unfortunately, a couple of the Democrats as well.
Right.
But we can change things overnight just by making sure that people here understand we're watching, and we're not going to take it anymore.
There you go. And the number for the switchboard for Congress is 202-225-3121. The website, tradetreachery.com. Share it far and wide. Congressman Alan Grayson, thanks for dropping by, sir.
Thank you, Tom.
Great talking.